Last weekend I was down at the NEC in Birmingham for the 2018 Birmingham Comic Con, and if you've never been to a Comic Con before, I'd urge you to do so just for the experience. Although the first one you go to will be a bit strange. The first time I went was down in Brighton, and I accidentally bumped into someone, went to apologise, and realised that I was apologising to Batman, who was having a chat, as it were, with Captain America. And a few minutes later, two Jedis whirled past, having a lightsaber battle. Why they were fighting each other I don't know, because across the room there was clearly Darth Vader. They could have pulled the resources and took him on. And these people, of course, are cosplayers, costume play. And I know a lot of people don't get it and don't like it. I was unfortunate enough to be having a conversation with a man in a pub who was A, thick, and B, drunk, which is a wonderful combination. And I'm not a cosplayer, but he was going, they're all just sad fucking geeks, aren't they? And I noticed he was wearing a football shirt, so I said, oh right, do you play for Liverpool, do you? He went, no. I said, well, why are you wearing the shirt? And he said, well, I'm a fan. I said, well, there's the fucking point then. These are fans who are just upping it a bit, having the photo taken, spreading joy and happiness, and it's wonderfully inclusive. This weekend I see one of the best Wonder Woman outfits I've ever seen, and it was a guy wearing it. And usually I'd find that a bit disturbing, but you know what, mate? Fucking get on with it, it's fine. I do have one gripe. I'm going to sound like a really horrible bastard for this, but I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and there's often ladies who come dressed as Daenerys, but don't have a figure like Emilia Clarke. So the only way that costume's actually going to work is if in the final season of Game of Thrones, the Mother of Dragons abandons her quest for the Iron Throne and gets a job in a chip shop. Also, when I was talking to my drunken football supporting friend, I did point out that when 22 millionaires want to run around their underwear chasing a bag of wind, half the city's police force has to be employed to stop fighting breaking out. Whereas at a Comic-Con, where people are openly turning up with knives and bows and swords, there's no hassle because everyone's just there for fun. Then, as well as the cosplay, of course, you've got the comic part, the comics and collectibles, and I'm not into that. But Mrs. Disgruntled is, and she burns through money literally quicker than I could burn it. But, you know, there are worse things to be addicted to. Heroin, for a start. But it's an odd statement where I'm going, oh, well, at least my wife isn't a junkie. And the main thing I go for, to be totally honest, is I go along to meet the celebrities, to get the autographs and the photographs and the rest of it. And I guess that's a nice gig if you're a celebrity, isn't it? Imagine getting paid and all you have to do is meet people all day who are wildly enthusiastic to meet you. I'm sure they get a few nutters as well, and that's why some of them have their own security, but by and large, it's got to be a pretty good gig. Although, weirdly, this year, when I arrived, there was a guy filming the crowds coming in on his phone, big smile, waving at everyone, and it was Ray Park. And if you don't know who Ray Park is, he was Darth Maul. Darth Maul, I'm going to have a fucking rant about this. Darth Maul, the most underused Star Wars character ever in The Phantom Menace, this amazing Sith Lord who had a few minutes of screen time, whereas the rest of the film was spent on Jar Jar fucking Binks because someone decided what the Star Wars franchise needed was an alien with a severe learning disability. I know that film came out the best part of 20 years ago, I'm still not over it. But yeah, I got to meet Amy Garcia at the weekend, actress best known for Lucifer and Dexter. Although, to be blunt, her role in Dexter was mainly, whenever it's a slow episode, she just walked through in a pair of hot banks and a bikini top. That did me. I'm a happily married man, but I'll be honest, Amy Garcia, if she played her cards right, she could shag me. So yeah, if you've never done a Comic-Con before, go and enjoy it. Go and surrender to the utter insanity of fantasy and sci-fi and role-play and all these wonderful things which we don't get in day-to-day life. I'm a self-confessed geek, I'm proud of it, and I will quote Gandalf himself, use the Force, Harry.